This conference will now be recorded.
Oh, you didn't hear me what I was saying, Samir?
No.
Okay, so what we're going to cover today is basically two things. Routing and assignment from for manager's approval. So what will happen is here the user will log in. So we'll create two operators, okay? In this case, we'll create two operators. Create two operators. Okay. One for user and one for manager. And then route the task to manage. Okay, by user. You got it for this routing and assignment. Okay, then we'll create work group work. I'll tell you what is work group work basket. So basically we'll create one work basket. As part of this, we'll create a work group and then okay. These are two things. Make sense, Samir?
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what is all this. First, let's do the first one. Routing and assignment for managers approval. Okay. So what we do first is first to go and see your operator. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll go. Probably I'll put a name for this. Okay. Then I will go see what I'm doing. Save CYs. So I'm going to create an operator called as operate user. Okay. We already have a user, but I'm going to create a new one. User operator one at the rate Tesla. Okay. Just remember this user operator one. Okay. And then what I'll do, I'll give this person an access group of sorry. Fine. Tesla users. Then I'll name this as Sorry, from where this came? Should be Tesla. Samya there?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry,
So
I
then,
was on mute.
no problem. So you understood how to create a user, right? Similarly, we'll create a manager now. So I'll remove this. Done. So I have two users: Tesla user manager operator one, manager operator one. Okay. So now what I will do is sorry for that. Okay. Okay. So we have user operator one, user operator. Now what we'll do? We'll go to a process. So we'll put one checkout. Okay. So so what we'll do is we'll create a class first. So we'll do So now I'll go to my process. So basically I'll try to close everything. Okay, so I'll go to my process. I'll put an assignment here. Push this side. Take this one, put it here. This one, put it here. So I name this as so I need a flow action also, right? All done. So our construction is done. Now what we need to do is when we have to log in as a user. Okay, once you log in as a user, so there are three things you have to remember here. First, as part of the routing, what you have to remember is basically one thing, which is some are there, right? One is
Yeah, I'm here.
create operator, okay? And then another is current operator, and there is something called as to operator, you know anyway. Okay, so create operator, current operator, you should know. What is create operator? The person who created. Current operator at any position. What is the, because suppose a user logs in, I move it to manager. Okay, so the create operator becomes user. When I move the assignment to manager, the current operator becomes a manager. You understand, right? Create operator, current operator. So what will happen? What we are going to do is the user will log in and fill this and come here, and we'll route it to the manager. So once it routes to manager, the current operator becomes manager. The create operator is still the user. You're getting me, na? So we have to go here. You see this routing? That is what we're going to do. So I'm going to route this assignment to operator. Okay. I'm going to route to manager operator one. Okay. Submit. You see this routing sign just come. Okay. So the user will log in. It will come to the manager. Manager will approve. Then it has to go back to the user. I can pass it to the create operator. It will automatically check it. Okay, so our things is done. So now what I'll do is I'll log off. Let me check out this. Checking this. Now I'll log off and I'll put as so I'll create a new. See, now this is a new operator, right? So I'll create a new insurance. Okay. So let's see where we are. We are here. So what is a create? What is a create operator here, Samir?
This operator one.
Yeah, I mean user one, user.
User one, sorry, user
Yeah,
one.
and what is current operator here?
Current operator, since he has not routed as of now, so I think he should be same.
Yeah, same current and create the same, right? Because routing has not happened. So we'll go here. Okay, after I submit, what should happen? Submit.
The assignment gets routed to the manager.
So what should I see on the screen? What will I see on the screen?
We have configured this manager approval class, the view for manager approval class.
No, it will say
It
that
should-
here, what will, since you are logged in as a user, right? It will
Okay.
say that the case has been successfully routed,
So okay.
and you should not see the screen. You should not see the screen.
Okay. Okay. So that is restricted. Yeah. Only to
If you don't find that, then there is some issue. Okay,
Okay. Fine.
so let's see that. We'll submit. See, thank you. The next step in this case has been routed appropriately. Okay,
Got it.
so I don't know why this is coming. Oh, this is the this we created for this we created for our soap service, right? I have to check why this is. This should not come actually. Just say that the next step in this case has been routed, but the routing has happened. Okay, we'll worry about this later. I'll check what is it, but there's no issue. Uh, then what we'll do is now I'll log off this. Even that this is gone. See, the routing, everything is gone because it's gone to the other one. Remember this case ID. It is today's date and 1. So log off. So now I'll go as manager. See, this is manager. The case has come here. It's actually gone to this person, right?
Yep.
So click here. So he's getting this approve rejected comments. Okay, and if I check here, it's come here. Okay, so now what is the current operator?
Managers.
And create
Manager
operator
of
is
one.
create operator
Still would be user one.
user only, right? The create operator will
Yeah.
never change. Now when I submit, what should happen, Samir? You should go
The
back
two
to the user.
operators should, yeah, two operator would be
Now
back
I have
to.
routed this to the create operator, so it'll go back to the user.
Okay.
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 So again, you should say, no, thank you. The next step is case routed. Now I will go again, log off. So it didn't come to a displayed. Huh? Then I go and click here. Then the next flow should start. You're getting how the routing happened? This routing, it came here,
Mm.
routed to manager, again routed back to the person who created it. It doesn't matter, user or anybody. That's called routing. Okay, that's how you can route tasks. So yeah, that's just in half part of it because we have to do this. I'll tell you how to route to a work basket. What is a work basket and all. Okay. Samir, can you do one thing? I mean, I don't know you guys are practicing or not, but let me log in as an admin. So what you guys need to do is you go to case management. You go to this main approval. Here you need to see of reporting office approval. So I'll go here. Okay, I'll go to open process. check out. I'm putting that what we created now into the case management. You getting what I'm saying, no? So here I just need to go here and change my flow action. So now this will follow that flow action. You know how I now I triggered it, right? I mean how I updated this. Samir, that's how this when you run this flow, you'll get the same routing and everything. No, we are not done. This is why I just put the flow action, right? So here also we can see now what we can do is we have to route this. Okay, so we'll go to custom. So yeah, so this one. So you know this flow I can route it. So where is our user group? Manager OP1. User OP1 is there.
Manager OP1 is here. Babu. Manager OP1 Tesla. Yeah, that's it.
So this is how we can route here. Okay, it's very simple. And then so you routed it there, and then once it has come back, change stage is fine. This is optional, right? We don't do it also is fine. Then he comes here, and then step, and then goes to custom, and you will see request. Then you will run and see, na Samir? I don't have to do that, right? Same thing, nothing else. But you know how to put this here, yeah. Okay, so now let's see what is a work group, work list, work basket, work pool, get next work. Okay, so what's a work list? First, let's understand what's a work pool. Okay, just a minute. One second, Samir. Yeah. So, so what's one second? Okay. So what's a work pool? Okay. So I logged in as an admin, right? So our application is Tesla Automobile Insurance Operations. So whatever is assigned to our this class Tesla to work becomes our. So what we'll do, for example, what happens is the system will assign now Tesla auto work, right? So this is a work implementation layer for us. Whatever cases are assigned to this work pool, this work object becomes your work pool. That system takes care of it. Okay, so this is called as a work pool. Okay, suppose you are a manager and you have access to two applications, right? One is Tesla, Tesla Solar and work. Okay, so it will have a separate work pool, right? This will have a separate work pool. So work pool basically when they say work pool, you should imagine that how you are tagged to the work implementation work layer. And these cases, if you configure these cases as we did, saying that all one of all things which are prefixed with TA is belonging to Tesla Auto. Likewise, all this is which is prefixed with TS will belong to Tesla Solar. Make sense, Samir?
Yeah.
Yeah, just a minute. Huh? A lot of cold actually. How is the weather in Hyderabad? Yeah, it's become very cold.
It's quite cold here.
Yeah, so so Tesla, this is a work pool. So whenever I say work pool, you should understand all the cases which have been for this work will be coming under work pool. All the cases for Tesla Solar will come under another work pool. So work pool is determined by the system, it's handled by the system itself, right? So when you go to your application definition, cases and data. So this becomes your work pool, right? All these cases which come under H hyphen or CF, you can actually configure this, right? And all this will be inside your work pool because this is part of Tesla work object. It's all Tesla work, right? Even if it's 60 insurance compliance, it's coming under your this work pool. You got it, right? Now, what is a work list? What is work list? So any operator, for example, if I go to my manager, my case manager, so whatever tasks he sees here, okay. So these are what? This is work list for him. This is list of work. This is called a list of work list. Clear? The operator logs in. This is a list of work which he has to work on. Then what is work? What is work group? Okay. So what happens is now if I go to my this, so suppose I go to the operator. Okay. Go to my operator. So I have this operator. Then you go to work. Okay. So you will see work group here. Then you will see also work queue here. Okay. Then there is skills, rating, reporting structure, and everything. So suppose I log into this user, I log off and log in as user op1. No, not log in. Sorry, I don't need to do that. Here, so when I go to admin, I can go to records, organization, operator. So remember when I created this user op1, I can go here. For this guy, I can say the manager, the reporting officer is a manager. I can say this guy reports to this guy, and I can save this. Okay, so that's one thing. Second thing, work group. So what's the work group? So this is user. This is your user one, which is over here. Okay, and this is a user two over here. Maybe this is your user three over here. Now, what is work group? Imagine it's a team. So I have a team. In team, I will say work group. This is a team for me. So my in team, I have this user one belonging to this team, user two belonging to this team, user three belonging. Similarly, I have a user 4 here and a user 5 here, and these two belong to another team, which I do work group 2. So what are work groups? Teams, right? So now they have developed a concept called as work basket. So I can create a work basket. Now if this is my claims team, and this is my settlement team or finance team, claim finance team. Okay. So there are two different teams. They have two different tasks. They really not worry. But suppose then so I can create a work. So see, suppose there's a task which comes for the claims team, and any all these three people have to work. So I can create a work basket. Okay. And assigned, once I create a work basket called as claims work basket, then I can attach this work basket to this work group. Once I attach this work basket to the work group, and I attach this work group to all these users, so any task I can route it to this work basket. All these three people will get it. Similarly, if I create one claims fin work basket, I can attach this to this work group. Okay, and these two people will get, if I put a work in this work basket, these two people can also work. You getting me? This is the concept of work group, work basket. Okay, so
Why do we need the work group then if that's the case? I mean, if we are
yeah,
creating two different work baskets.
correct. So the concept goes this also. So suppose I want all these people to work. Okay, again put a work basket called as claims, and attach this work group and this work. You understand? So if I put in this basket, anybody can do. Take care. Clear, Samir?
Yeah.
Makes sense. So so how to create a work basket? How to create a work group? Okay. So what you can do is, so when any user you open, for example, you open this user operator one, you will see a default work group. Okay, and once you go to this work group, so this is the default which the system will assign. Okay, so we have to create a new one. And if I go here, you will see a work group assigned to a work queue. In I think 7.2 they term this as work basket, but in this 7.4 they term as work queue. But work queue is same as work basket. And if you open this, this is your work basket. Okay, and so if you look at here, so here this is the work group. Okay, so the work group has a work basket, and even a work basket has a work group. It is tied on both the ways. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll create a work group first. So I, this is the work group. I go and go here. This is my work. So I'll go on actions. I'll go and save as. Okay, so what do we had? Manager default work. So I'll name this as claims. So now, so this is, I'll save this. Now I have to see, this is work group, right? I need to change this also. So I'll go here again. Then this is work queue. Okay. So I'll do actions. So once it's created and open, I have to change this to my, should not be default, should change it to, sorry. So what I'm doing now, I've taken just one, okay. I've taken this, so I've created one claims work group and also created one claims work basket. So to tie the work basket with this, also tie with this, okay. And then, okay, so now I need to go to user one, right? So let me go to, okay. So we, this is the direct reporting we did. Now this work group, I'll remove this, attach my claims. Okay, so attached to claims work group as well as claims work basket. So you can see, you can go multiple ways like that, but let's test with the first one. Now, what I wanted to show you, yeah. So let's take another our manager operator, or you can create one more operator here. So we'll create another one. So it is the same basket and everything. Okay. So so you understood what is a work group and work basket, right? We'll go more into it, but what I'm saying is, see, there's a concept called as get next work. Whenever you go to your manager portal or user portal, there is a concept of get next work. Okay, so get next work is a very good concept. Now, what happens in get next work is, I can remove this, right? You understood this, right? So what is get next work? Okay, so basically, whenever you get a list of assignments like this, you can determine how can, whenever, see, suppose this is the list of work. Now what will happen is, I've logged in as a manager. The manager will take, okay, let me work on this. I don't have mood of working on this. I will work on this. I'll work on this. He will decide what he wants. That is fine. But suppose you have an intelligent system where you can make him work based on the on certain conditions. Okay, so one of the conditions which is there is called as urgency. So any case which creates many uh, you know any um, any work object or any case which you create, any flow which you run, whenever you run a flow, the urgency is always 10. Okay, so first thing that we'll check is the urgency. If the urgency is like, if all the maximum, the case which has the maximum urgency will be picked up. So when you say get next work, the case which has the maximum urgency will be picked up first. So you can define the urgency. So when you create a case, the urgency is always 10. How do you update the urgency? There are other methods to do it. You can do with an activity, or you can use an SLA. We have to do SLA, right? So I'll tell you how through an SLA, how do we increase the urgency. So get next work will pick up the assignment on various criteria. One is the urgency. Okay. Second, now what happens is, by default it will check, it will list down here, and based on the urgency it will list. If everything is have the same urgency, it will pick up based on your, suppose I do not anything, right? So if I say get next work, what does it pick? C47. Okay, now where is C47? Let's see. In this dashboard, did we see C47? So it picked up the, with the older state, right? It picked up the older state and it was working on that. So get next work is just checking the date, because everything has the same urgency. It is just checking the date and pulling it. Now there are other ways to do it. Now since we learned about work basket and work pull. So suppose you go here. So these are the three parts which the get next work will take care. So it will say get from work queues first. Work queues. Whenever you say work queue, remember work basket. Okay. So by default, it will take from where? What is this called? It's work list, right? This is called as a work list. So by default, it will take from the work list. Now you can say that get from work basket first. So when I click this, it will take from this basket first. Anything which comes into the place. Okay. Now there is an option called as get all work queue assignments and users work group. So suppose you click here, so you see that checkbox going. So basically, if that person is assigned to multiple work basket, it will take everything, and it will based on the priority of the task, it will give it to the person. Okay. Now if I select merge work queues, what will happen? Suppose the person has 2 or 3 work baskets. Okay, it will just merge all the work list, all the list of tasks from the baskets, and it will not go as per priority. Just put on the queue, and it will serve it. So the get next work, you can change as per all these things. Okay. Now, so they might ask you what is get next work. You should understand, and the name suggests, right, how to get the next work. Now what we'll do, now we'll open our, what's the time? Okay. Now we will open our assignment. Now here what I'll do is, now I routed through an operator, right? Which comes now routed to an operator, right? So I'll see work queue. You see this, Samir? I can go to work queue. I can actually route this task to a work basket. So what should happen, Samir? Now if I create a case,
It should get routed automatically to the work basket.
see, yeah. So I have 2 users now. Operator 1, which is having this work group and this work basket, and operator 2, which is having this work basket, right? So if I log in as operator 1 and log in as operator 2, I should see the same case on both the sides because they're in the same work basket. Correct? So I'll run this for now, okay? So that I'm running as an administrator, okay? Then it's routing to that work basket. So it's routed. It's not in my basket because I'm not part of that basket, right? We did not get it. Really? This
Right.
work group is. Hmm? We missed something out. Did we miss something? Let me see the other guy.
Did we add the user to the work basket?
Uh, so actually here, actually here they should see a work queue here. Something. Let me see. Let me see with admin if I missed. So in a work basket, when you create a work basket, you just have to tie the work group, not the user. But I didn't. I think we did that also once. We tied the work group, right? We also tied the work basket. Mm. It's good actually. Do I need to do this? I don't think so, but still. Then I'll take a better one. Here also I did, right? See work group work basket. Let me check my process. One second. So basically I log in and then this I fill, then I route it. So work queue. It's correct actually. I understand. Let's see again. So here I'll go to my work, create a new one. Let's see if that works. This guy's not getting. Ah, see. Here it is. It doesn't open. What is happening? See, I see my team. If I go here, if I my here I see two open tasks. Then why am I not open it? because did I miss anything? Let me check, Samira. You also try, Samira, what is missing in this. I don't think I missed anything. Probably if I go like this. It's a zero task. It should not be the case. Here, bug task is there, but doesn't open. Let me check, Samira. I'll tell you.
Okay.
You also try if you missed anything. Can we talk tomorrow, Samir? I'll just take 2 minutes first
Yeah,
before
sure.
the next class.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye.